Chasing and repousse are a hammering technique using a small shaping tools to move and stretch precious metal to create a design. The chasing tools are used to draw the design from the front, while repousse pushes metal out from the back. This dog shows the chasing detail on the front and the repousse 3D dimensions pushed out from the back. I make all my crowns, lip plates, levers, and lettering with this time-honored technique. Here's how. Chasing starts with a pitch bowl, a cast iron tub filled with red pitch that is hard but has some give. This is essential because we want the metal to stretch when it's hammered, not flatten out. Once the silver has been laid in the warm pitch and allowed to cool and stick, I draw the shape of my piece on the silver, in this case a leaf. Then I take a chisel-shaped tool and wrap along the pencil lines. Notice how it takes many hammer blows to move the tool so that the line will be smooth. The pitch bowl is round on the bottom so it can be rotated and tipped for whatever angle the job requires. Now that I have the outline, I take the piece from the pitch and flip it over to repousse on the back side. You'll notice this tool is round and dull. Repousse tools are all round and chasing tools are sharp. It also takes the same multiple tapping method for this job. Back on the front side, now that the leaf is raised, I'm using what is called a bias tool to flatten the surface around my leaf and help create a better shape. Throughout this process, the pitch is heated many times to hold and remove the piece, but I cut that out of the video. Unlike engraving, which actually cuts and removes metal, chasing only moves it. While I'm still on the top, I draw the leaf veins before I chase them. I'm hitting fairly hard so the lines will be deep to shape the metal. I want a dramatic relief for these keys. In some ways this is more like raising than chasing, which tends to be more surface oriented, as you saw with the dog, flute crowns, and lip plate. After I'm satisfied with the shape and lines, I cut the leaf from the square piece, then return it to the pitch bowl and hammer out the back between each of the veins using a repousse tool. Flipping it again, I sharpen up the veins from the top. This could go on for several rounds until it is just right. Once completed, I file off the clipper marks to finish the leaf. I could also use a grinding and finishing mill for this job to make it faster and smoother. Back into the bowl, I add a surface finish to the leaf. This is usually done after it's polished so that any fine lines won't get buffed out. I'm using two tools here as examples to show the different kinds of finishes. One is dots, the other lines, but there are lots of possibilities. Here's a completed leaf with a frosted finish made up of hundreds of dots so it really sparkle in the light. Here's a B natural thumb wing. After it was finished, I cut the half round out so the B flat key could go next to it. You can see here how it runs under my left thumb. I had wondered with so many contours that it may not make a smooth ride for the thumb, but that turned out to be a false worry. Here's a version of that design on the flute. The B flat is much like the one I just made. You can see how the heavy relief creates a real definition and where the B flat fits into the cutout, giving an impression that the rest of the leaf is under the B flat. It has taken me years to refine and develop this motif. You can see on these keys how the style developed, but I'm not done yet. Every flute is a fresh canvas.